family and friends. Welcome to the Woke Nation, our nation of factual truth, where we feel free to share knowledge and spread the knowledge of factual truth without fear, without favor, and without faint. Where we encourage us to live our lives and live it well through the knowledge of factual truth because it is our lives. And personally, I encourage you to enjoy your life. Let no one deceive you again that life is meaningless or there's a purpose to life. You have to know the purpose or change the purpose. The main thing is for you to know yourself, and the only way you can know yourself is through studying yourself. No other person can know and understand you better than yourself. Don't listen to dreamers or interpreters of dreamers. Don't listen to people that predict tomorrow or prophesy to you. No, live your life, know yourself. If you let any other person tell you about yourself, of course they will mislead you and you'll be their slave. You can free yourself today. What's up, Albert? I titled this, can you free yourself? So it's a question, and this question goes to everyone, whether you are still asleep or you are awake, especially those of us who are awake. You know, some of you claim to only free yourself from God or from religion. How about other things? Family bondage, personal bondage, societal bondage, and other bondage that you have to deliver yourself from. Begin to live your life. So that's why in the woke nation we grow in knowledge. We don't claim that we have known it all. Like the theists claim their God knows it all when they are ignorant. I was thinking, how can a church be preaching that God gives wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and they are building schools where they're teaching people to know, where they're teaching people to learn? So God's supposed to, and their book said that God teaches his children. So why can't God teach his children? Why do God need a human being to teach his children? Think about it. So can you free yourself? Of course, the answer is yes. And I'm here to throw more light on things, for you to see that it is possible. I'm an example for whatever you want to be in life, in family, and in everything, because we are together in this. And the brain, we all have brain. So what I can do, you can do it. What you can do, I can do it. That's why we are here. We are here for one another, but not depending on one another. We live our life independently. So the first one I will talk about, can you free yourself from the lie? You will ask, what is the lie? There is no other lie I'm talking about, but the lie that they have used to deceive the whole world, which is God. God is the lie. God is the liar. God is the source of all lies. But you hear people saying the devil is a liar because, you know, they have vilified the devil and promoted God. They say God is good, devil is evil. But following their book, their God is evil. Their God is the author of evil. Their God is the one that creates evil. Their God is the one that sent evildoers to do evil. So you can free yourself from the lie, which is God. You can free yourself from the fear of God. Free yourself from fear of God. Even some of us that said that we are awakened, you still fear God in one way or the other. Some of you say, okay, you don't fear the God of Israel, you don't fear the God of Europeans, but you fear the God of your fathers. You say you fear your own God. Even some of you say you are God. No, you are not. God is a fairy. God never existed, and they cannot exist. Free yourself from the faith in God. I'm still talking about the first one, the lie. The lie, the fear of God. The lie, there is God. The lie, faith in God. Some of you still believe, oh, yeah, I don't believe in the God of the Bible. But I believe there is higher being somewhere. There is supreme being. This thing cannot exist without core, without creator. Okay, so their creator cannot also exist without creator. Have you seen any of them? No. So speak what you know. Don't live by faith. No same person is living by faith. No human being is living by faith. No real being is living by faith because faith is fake, just as faith in God is fake. Also, free yourself from hope in God. Some of you still hope miracle may happen. It can happen anytime. You don't know what will happen. No, you can know. Tomorrow is pregnant. Nobody know what it will deliver. It's a lie. Tomorrow is no longer pregnant. We know everything. Tomorrow will be like yesterday. No matter how you try to, you have only one day to live and die in this world. Whether you call it yesterday, today, or tomorrow, it's one day. So any other thing people made up weeks, that doesn't define nature. That doesn't say this is how things supposed to be in nature. No, nature lives. Also, still talking about freedom from the lie, freedom from love of God. Love of God, oh, believers have this a lot. They love the God they have not seen. And that is a sure sign of schizophrenia. They have mental problem, seeing things that are not real as though they are real. And they insist they are real. That is what is called delusion, persistent false belief. They persistently believe, yeah, there is God, this God, hey, God, hey. In one of my Facebook profile, a lady that her husband died young, very young, and she's still young till now. One time I went to Nigeria, I called her unexpectedly because in her husband's house, that's where I met my ex. That's my wife then. I called her and gave her money. She was excited. She never expected it. But today I saw her commented on my post. She said, God is real. Jesus is real. Now her husband left her with little children. She never paused to think why God didn't, you know, save my husband. Why can't God keep my husband so that together? Because that man was the one carrying the whole family. He was a very hardworking man. The religion came and removed him from there. He began to suffer. He died. I don't want to mention his name. I've slept in his house. I've dined, ate with him, traveled with him. He respected me so much as when I was a man of God. But look at what happened to her. She don't even care about that. Why? Because she loved God, love of God. She loved Jesus. First Peter chapter 1, verse 8. Never seen them, but he loved them. Cannot see them, but he believed in them and is happy. And then he will call somebody like me falling from faith, which is the greatest thing any human being can do, to fall away from the faith. And they may say that I'm devil too, antichrist, which are all those, I wear those titles with honor because God is useless. Jesus is useless. Love of God. You see people doing a lot of things that, they're supposed to pause and say, this thing don't supposed to happen to me because I fear this God. I believe in this God. I have faith in this God. I love this God. Then why am I suffering? If I love my children, I provide for them. So if God loves me, why can't God provide for me? But they lie to me and tell me that, God has provided everything in this world for me. So if God has provided everything in this world for me or for us, why am I suffering, lack and want? Also, in the delivering yourself or freeing yourself from the fear of from the bondage of a lie is humility of God. Many people have that humility. They always humble themselves before God. I want you to know that humility is for slaves. Humility is anti-humanity. A human being don't supposed to be humble. Humility is for slaves. You don't supposed to be a slave, but they enslave you and make you to be humble. They tell you to humble yourself. If you don't humble yourself, life will humble you. Life humbles no one. Life helps us. We are the life we're talking about. But they want you to humble yourself because no one else can humble you without your permission. So they want you to sell yourself away so that they can humble you. You become their slave, you serve them. Just the same way some parents send their children to be a slave in another person's house. You see parents, especially mothers, sending their little children, 6 years old, 4 years old, 5 years old, to be house help to somebody else, especially their relations. A sister sending her little child to go and be a house help, a slave in her sister's house, and they be maltreating him or her there. Then after this, after all said and done, they will say, "Oh, God gave me the children, and God take care of them. God has been the one sustaining us," which is all lie. I have that video I will share later. This young boy, the mother sending him to Lagos to serve another woman. The boy said they were maltreating him. He had only 1,500 with him, and they used it to run away. Along the way, the police get him and begin to look for who know him so they can come and pick him up. Imagine, small boy like that. You also, you know how, if you are born in a poor family, you know how you suffer. And that's why I'm encouraging us. Let us stop giving birth to children in poverty. If you are poor, you can have sex all you want, but don't produce children, please. God is not the one that gives children. Nature don't give you children. You are the one that born children. It's natural thing. It's not a gift. Children are not gift. Life is not gift. It's natural. So you have to live it wisely. You know how we suffered in child labor, doing business for our parents because they are poor. And we grow up with that mentality. That's why to some of us, we don't see it funny when somebody begins to talk the truth about their ugly experience in their family. When it comes to their parents, they may let you, talk bad about, when I mean bad, I mean talk the real truth about your siblings. But when it comes to mother, especially mother, they will say, no, 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 mother, mother, mother. And you see many mothers today ruining the life of their children because of what they call parents' entitlement. Bullshit. So all these things, fear, faith, hope, love, and humility, they are evil emotions. They are not natural. So that's why, because of this thing they have for God, the lie they believe in, they said when they do something, or when something they like happen, they say it is God. When they graduate from school, they say it must be God. After many years of being married and having sex, they never have a child. They went and they do IV on them or do certain things. They take some medication or do certain things and they have a child or children. Boom. Oh, it is God. All these years I've been barren. No, no person is barren. No person is barren. And not everybody must bear children. Learn it from nature. But they invented all those things, they tell you God give children, but they will insult you for not having a child. They will insult you for not getting married when it is bondage. You see them, after everything they do, they say, thank God. Regardless, thank God. I was watching a video somebody shared on WhatsApp. In my village, there was a heavy rainstorm this week that just passed, that messed up people's shops in Afoibubu, Umuchu. And I hear they were having something, maybe today, Sunday, the President General of Umuchu, the guy was talking, he started saying, they thank God in Jesus' name. He mentioned it like every word, every sentence he said, he must add God and Jesus. So you see why we are not progressing. You see why. Then after that, he say, although, we thank God for everything, but there is sad news. Sad news is this: the rain mess up very, many people's things. We will know what we will do about it. So how about that God? How about that Jesus? Where was that God and Jesus before that thing happened? They call it natural disaster. Where is your God when natural disaster happen? Nature don't destroy anything. It is your foolishness that destroy things. It is your doings that destroy things, not any God. Especially you that believe in God, you are the cause of every disaster. Oh, earthquake, because you are mining without using your brain. Learn what causes things and stop behaving like they are spiritual things or supernatural things you cannot explain. You cannot explain it because you are not ready to study it. If you can study it, understand them, then you cannot explain them. The second thing I want you to free yourself from is from parents' spell. I purposely use that word spell, or they call it entitlement. It's a spell on of most people. Yes, in developed countries, children are breaking away from it. But look at those poor countries or poor continents like Africa. Many children have that mentality. They think that is why you must marry. That's why you must have children. That's why you see those parents pushing their poor children to go marry. Somebody cannot even feed himself or struggling in life. They say, oh, when you marry, things may change. The woman may bring good luck. You know, things, it's a lie. You cannot solve problem with another problem. No, you bring another problem to it, you double it, and you are increasing it. And that's why sometimes it leads to some stupid deaths, so stupid suffering. I call it unnecessary suffering. People suffering unnecessarily. You can't feed yourself, then why go marry and begin to have children? Why? You have to free yourself from parents' entitlement. Free yourself from the spell your parents cast on you, especially through spirituality and religion. You think that's how it must be. That's why women embrace their subjugation as the will of God, as natural way to be. You see a woman that can have a nice, a nice career, but she's feeling bad or depressed that she's not married. She says she's looking for. They say, oh, she's picking who to marry. She not supposed to marry in the first place. We don't supposed to marry at all, according to nature. We don't supposed to be marrying. Yes, we can be having children and taking care of the children, but we don't supposed to be marrying. It's part of the control system, slavery system. They come up with many family sentiments. Yeah, if you don't do this, this will happen. If you don't obey your parents, you will not live long. If you don't obey your parents, it will not be well with you in the land of the living. Then you see a boy, a little boy, like 12 years or something like that, they sent to go and serve another person for 7 years. After his settlement, he's going to start his own business now. His poor parents say they pray for him, give him Bible. He said it will be well with you. When you go, your business will prosper. Family sentiments. Oh, you're having the children because when you get old, they will take care of you. It's a lie. Children are disappointing their such parents today because when they grow up, they find out they have to live their own life. How about those things you call family bond? Do you know what you're saying? That's family bondage. You say you have bond with your father, you have bond with your mother. It cannot be break. It's a lie. That bond was broken when you were born. That's why they cut that umbilical cord. Whatever bond you have with your parents was cut off because you have to live your own life. But that's why they use religion or spirituality or some school system, things they teach you or some sentiments to make you believe you stay attached to them. You cannot live without them. You cannot succeed without them. Now you believe they can bless you or they can curse you. They cannot do none of that if you know yourself. How can you tell me the parents that cannot establish you in business can curse you? You believe that? How can you tell me a parent that did not establish you, but they let you go and suffer in another person's hand, and you establish now you believe they can bless you? They cannot. You have to free yourself from all those spiritual and religious beliefs. They are sentiments people made up, opinions that doesn't matter. They are like balloon. Those opinions, those sentiments, those beliefs, they are like balloon. Just pin with a pin, pull the balloon, blow off. That's what it is. It's not any life being unfair to you. No, it is those nonsense they put on you. You are carrying that weight, that load of sentiments, opinion that confuse your life. You are not living your life anymore. You are living the life they raise you to live. You need to wake up, know yourself, and free yourself. Yes, free yourself from parents' spell. So if you're a parent, make sure you take care of your children. My lousy younger sister in Abba said that, oh, who will do to our mother what Shadrach did to our mother? And what did I do to your mother? She's my mother. And she's talking like she's not my mother. I've taken care of that woman more than her. In fact, she traveled every time she leave Abba because she married a poor man, a lousy poor man also. So she's the one. She goes to my mother, take my mother's food stock, take my mother clothing, take even money from my mother for her own of husband and children in Abba. Then she said that, oh, I stole my mother's Hollandaise when I was growing up. My mother was she dealing on Hollandaise? Of course, if you are born somebody in poverty, they will steal to eat. When they see other kids eating candy, they want to eat candy. They don't have money. What do you expect? They go to store to steal. It's not the child or the children you're supposed to blame. It's the parents, the poor parents. Even in the rich countries, you see rich people having only one child or two, but you see poor parents having 10. Like my parents have 9, and they think that's achievement. Like this music playing now, Pericoma. We say, "Gini ke buza juginya de buza jubu." That's nonsense. It's supposed to be you. It's not children that be the first thing you ask. Where is your children? How about no? It's supposed to ask the person first. How are you faring? How is everything? That's the main thing. You have to be established first before you say you are having children. But you see people suffering. Like my mother said that she doesn't stay in America, which is a lie, because I was not living in a nice place. Hey, my mother had us till we lived in 18 Bishop Shanahan, Fege Onitsha, from 73 that we moved in there. Right? We stayed there till 1984 or 85 when we moved to 40 Bishop Shanahan, Fege Onitsha. One room, me of the first 4 boys. Then Adobe, that lousy one now was born. Then Azoka was born. It was when Chibika was born that we moved out of 18 Shoshanahan, a place where the whole people living in the yard is shitting in one bucket. That is only in the evening. The Ndoburinsi, people that carries it will come and go and dispose it and put another bucket. All of us shitting there. When rain fall, you see some flood in the yard and you see these leeches. We'll be pouring salt on it for them to die. But now I'm living in America, Montclair, New Jersey. Then when she came, she said where I was living was not okay. That's why she didn't stay in America. How about your younger sister who also lived in America? She have her own house, not one room. I was living in one room because I was going through divorce then, so I have to stay in one room. But when I was with my ex and my our daughter, we were living in a nice place, 2-bedroom flat, apartment as they call it in America, in West Orange there. But look at it. Some parents, what they put their children through, they cannot take it if their children try to put them through there. But no child will even want his or her parents to suffer. You know that's the truth. But you see some parents coming against their child or against their children because of religion, because of spirituality, because of money. They forgot that bond they claim to have with their child. That's why in their Bible they tell you their God will make their mothers to eat their own children. You see them cursing their own children in the name of God. But I'm African. No one can curse me. Whether I offend that person or not, no one can curse me. No one can bless me. I am living my life. Another thing you must free yourself from societal influence. It is called lifestyle. The society say, oh, this is what you're supposed to eat. This is what you're supposed to wear. This is how you're supposed to speak. No, 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 no. That's why they distract us with all these sports going on, with celebrities, politics. They distract us with all those things while we are suffering. They even tell you what to think. They're not teaching you how to think. No, they tell you what to think. They tell you who is your enemy and who is your friend. That's the choice you're supposed to make yourself, because my enemy may be your friend. It may be a little misunderstanding that make me think that person is bad, but to you, that person is not bad. So don't treat anybody or don't see anybody depending on what somebody say about them. Go closer to know them yourself. Be your own, use your own brain. Judge things yourself. Judge people yourself. Don't let other people judge them and tell you what to believe. So stop letting the society tell you how to behave. That the society now is making it to be like being gay is normal. It's normal thing. People are born gay. Okay, you believe people are born gay, right? People are born criminals too. People are born murderers too. You say no, that one is wrong because society said it's wrong. Remember, there was time smoking weed was wrong. Today they are legalizing it, making money, a huge amount of money. I went to a place where they are selling rice. It's called rice, RISE. I went there just coming back. 10 milligram, even ordinary gummies. They tell me that $8. I didn't buy it. Huh? You want to buy weed for $50, $60. But many people were locked up in jail saying it was illegal. Wake up. Wake up, wake up, my people. We're also living in a society where they have brainwashed us to think that life without money is meaningless or useless. They tell you money is more important than any other thing. People that used to say that having people is more important than having money have changed now. It's money. Somebody that have money can buy kingsmen. Somebody that have money can buy kingship. Somebody that have money can buy anything. Anything. And majority of us, we say we don't believe in God anymore, but how about money? God and money are doing the same thing to us as a people, especially we Africans. It's not our God, it's not our money, because they are foreign to us and they are destroying our life. So the last one I want to talk about is you have to free yourself from personal fears and ignorance. That's personal bondage. Fear and ignorance will not let you even know yourself. You see certain things, you begin to be afraid, you belittle yourself, then you remain ignorant. Instead of you to dare to know about it, sometimes you call them nightmares, or you say nobody can explain it. Somebody can explain it. If you cannot explain it, somebody can explain it. Dare to know. That's what I'm asking you to know. Know yourself. Don't believe in yourself. They want you to believe in yourself. Every belief is a lie. So when you say you believe in yourself, you're lying about yourself. You need to know yourself. When you know yourself, you will carry yourself as you're supposed to. That even if you don't have money, nobody will maltreat you, nobody will intimidate you. You still have a say. You're not going to bow to anyone because they have what you don't have. You can have that thing if you dare to do what they did. So know yourself. It's time you begin to think for yourself, not what others want you to think about yourself. Think for yourself, or not what others want you to think about things. Dare to know. Don't let anyone limit you anymore. You can know more than is written. You can know more than is known already. That's why it is called innovation and invention. People coming up with ideas they can establish in reality, and we all can enjoy it. Although these days they commercialize everything. Then the next thing you will do is do what you know how to do, not what you believe you can do, not what you think you can do. No, what you know how to do. That is wisdom. Do what you know how to do. You do it. And above all, worship nothing. Don't let anyone push you into worshiping anyone or anything. When you know, respect yourself and respect others. And whosoever said they will not respect you, teach them and move ahead. Keep going forward. And if there is need for you to go backward to go forward also. So no matter how you move, keep moving and live humanly. Trust God, trust Jesus, trust religion, trust beliefs, trust spirituality, trust anything that doesn't improve you. Value yourself and live your life according